Hello everyone, I'm Jason Bull from Wild Air Sports and I'm here to talk to you about tyre selection, particularly with a marathon riding focus. Now your tyres have a significant impact on your bike's performance, and differences between tyres can profoundly affect your riding experience. Therefore, it's very worthwhile to figure out what tyre options are out there and what actually suits your riding style best. The 2022 Cup Sonia to See Race and Adventure are coming up in just a few weeks in mid-May, with the nonstop edition just after that in June. Now with events such as these, you do want to be wise about your tyre choice so that you can balance speed, puncture protection, and of course, traction. When it comes to tyre tread, you're often weighing up faster rolling properties with increased traction. Now when it comes to marathon riding, the obvious bias is towards the faster rolling tyres because, let's face it, you're pretty tired and you're not really trying to push the limits of human performance in the corners. Now faster rolling tyres will have a lower profile centre tread and often lower profile cornering knobs as well. Now this tread pattern won't perform as well under braking and cornering as a more aggressively treaded tyre, but the trade-off is usually pretty good for marathon riding. If you are familiar with and not particularly fond of the feeling of your front tyre sliding out from underneath you, it could be worthwhile to go for a slightly more aggressively treaded tyre on the front. An interesting factor to consider in tyre selection is TPI, or threads per inch. Now this is typically a number that ranges between 60 or 120 and means absolutely nothing to most of us. So here's the gist of it. A lower thread count typically has thicker threads and results in a stiffer casing that's got better puncture protection, whereas the higher thread count tyres have thinner threads, which result in a more supple tyre casing and lower rolling resistance. This is ideal for marathon events such as the Cup Sonia to See, where the trails are well kept and not particularly rough. Let's talk tyre width. 2.4 inch and 2.5 inch wide tyres are becoming increasingly popular at marathon races. This is because the added volume makes for better puncture resistance, and paired with lower tyre pressures allows the tyre to better conform to the trail, and this reduces your rolling resistance. Putting a 2.4 inch or 2.5 inch wide tyre on your bike is almost a no-brainer now, so long as your rims are 25 mils in width or wider, and your frame and fork have the necessary clearance for the tyre to roll through okay. Having wider tyres with lower tyre pressures will also give you the benefit of better traction under braking and cornering. For more info on the technical side of those skills, hit the card above or the link in the description. On tyre pressures, we've established that lower tyre pressures make for reduced rolling resistance as the tyre conforms better to the terrain. So if you're prone to pumping up your mountain bike tyres like they're about to go on a road bike, it might be better to leave a bit of that air in the atmosphere. At 80 kgs, I ride 21 psi in the front and 25 psi in the back on 2.4 or 2.5 inch marathon tyres. Pressures from there would increase with rider weight and narrower tyres, or decrease with a reduced rider weight and wider tyres. It takes a bit of time to find the ideal tyre pressure for you. If you find that the tyres are rolling over a bit in the corners, then you've definitely gone too low. If your tyres are looking a bit aged from too many days in the sun or years in the garage, some fresh rubber is highly recommended. There are plenty of great marathon options out there available from Kenda, Maxxis, Schwalbe, Hutchinson, and so on. Chat to a mate that you can trust or a bike shop and find a brand and tyre that works for you, then be irrationally dogmatic about it being the best. Pop your fast-rolling tyres on and get out there. If you've learned anything or were somewhat entertained by this video, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the little bell icon, and if you're lacquer, you can even like this video as well. Stay tuned for more content over the coming weeks. We'll see you on the trails. Cheers.